Welcome to Learning Music Through Hymns. Today we are going to look at notes value. This is also found in fundamentals in the book Open Music Theory book. I'll put the link to that book in the description box below. It's a very wonderful book. You can download it and then you can follow along. We are going to use a very popular hymn, Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee. This hymn was written by someone called Henry van Dyke. He was inspired by the sunrise over the mountain, and when he wrote this hymn as a poem, he handed over to the college president, who was called Harry Augustus, in the year 1907. And he stated like this: "Here is the hymn for you, your mountain were my inspiration." So he's speaking to God that the beauty of creation inspired to call upon human beings to be joyful as they adore their creator. The tune of this hymn was adapted from a great composer called Beethoven in his last symphony called Ode to Joy. So away from that, we are going now to look at the notes value to be able to learn about how to conduct whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, and 16th notes. So we are going to start at this point, then we shall come here and then we finish here. So what is a whole note? So we are in the key of G. Joyful, joyful, we adore thee. Joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory, God of love. And it can continue that way. So, if we, a whole note receives one beat in a bar. For example, this is a whole note. It is one. It is receiving one beat for a whole bar. For example, if we are to clap for a whole note in this bar, for this phrase, it will go like this: Joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory, God of love. And it can continue that way. So it is receiving one beat. It is receiving 4 beats in a bar. So that's whole note. Sometimes you can hear whole note in UK abbreviation written as a semi-brief. There's a brief that's receiving 8 beats, but that's very rare. So we are going to start with a whole note. To come to an half note, we have to divide the whole note into 2. For example, counting half notes here, it is receiving 2 beats in a bar. For example, you will hear me clapping at this point, this 1, 2, that way. So for example, in this phrase, we'll count like this: Joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory, God of love. So that is an half note, also called a minim in UK abbreviation. So coming to a quarter note, whereby now our time signature is written in, but we will not focus more on time signature because we will have a video talking about time signature. So counting on quarter note receiving a beat, it will go like this. So we will be counting at this quarter notes. For example, joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory, God of love. That way. We can also divide quarter notes into 8 notes. So now we will count 8 notes like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and it will continue that way. If we are to count in this specific hymn, it will go like this. Joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory, God of love. So we are hearing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so on. We can also subdivide 8 notes into 16th notes. You can see in this point we are dividing 8 notes into 16th notes. Now 16th note is faster than even 8 notes, in that we are counting like 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a joyful, joyful, we adore thee, God of glory, God of love. That way. So you are hearing 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3, so on and so forth. So this is the basic of note values, and this is part 1. We'll be having part 2, whereby we'll be talking about now connecting notes. We'll be talking about, in part 2, we'll be talking about dotted notes, because we can have dotted minims, we can have dotted half notes, dotted quarter notes, and so on, representing a certain value of notes. In part 3, we'll now have notes which are having ties. So, for example, this note can be, this note and this note are in the same pitch, can be tied together like this to represent now a half note. So it will be counted 1 like that. So in part 3, we shall talk about tied notes. So in this video, in summary, we have learned about how to clap the whole notes, how to clap half notes, quarter notes, 8 notes, and 16th notes. There is a brief, there's also 30-second notes, and so on and so forth. But in this video, it was meant to be just a quick one to introduce us, because this will be needed when learning about time signature. That's why I started with the note values before we go into specific now talking about time signatures. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, subscribe, share, and also like. May God bless you, and see you soon.